Hey friends, you may be able to relate to a time when you felt a gentle nudge in your heart from the Lord to do something, but because of one reason or another, you didn't get to it. I just recently had that experience. About 3 weeks ago, I randomly had someone come to mind, someone I knew from high school that I haven't talked to in probably 8 or 9 years. It kind of felt like God was putting him on my heart. It almost felt like I was supposed to make an effort to reach out to this person. Thing was, I didn't have his phone number, he wasn't on social media, I really didn't know the first step to even have an opportunity to contact him. This is someone I've actually tried to reach out to in the past, again, probably 8 or 9 years ago, and I didn't really have much luck. But most times it is true, where there's a will, there is a way. And in this situation, when faced with these inconveniences, I decided, okay, you know what, I'll get back to this soon. But this act of obedience that I was called to, it got delayed. And about 3 weeks later, I found out that this person passed away unexpectedly. My heart was immediately grieved at the news that this person was no longer with us here on this earth. And it didn't take long before the recollection of him being placed on my heart, it came back to my mind. That was a tough pill to swallow. Now, I do want to quickly acknowledge that God is not a God of condemnation, but rather of conviction. He's also a really big God. Even though I didn't step in the way I believe I was supposed to, God is fully capable of accomplishing what he needs to accomplish in one's life or in a circumstance. The feeling I had to just make an effort to somehow contact this person, it didn't feel like an overwhelming nudging from the Lord, but I believe that it was from him. In 1 Kings 19, when God spoke to Elijah, it wasn't in the wind or the earthquake or the fire, but it says that God spoke to him in a gentle whisper. That's often how he speaks. If you're feeling a gentle nudging, I would urge you to listen to it and obey it. In James 4 verse 17, it says, if anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is a sin for them. Now, I'm also believing that God could have spoken to my old friend that I was supposed to reach out to in a gentle whisper. And that brings me peace. At this point, it's something that I have to decide that I will learn from. And I'll encourage you, if God calls you to something, don't wait. We can't afford to wait. God has a plan for us.